Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
A man charged with attempted murder following an armed robbery attempt. How KCSO deputies were able to apprehend him. Good morning and thanks for joining us here at 23 ABC News at 8 a.m. I'm Tori Cooper.
And I'm Alex Bell. And you guys, let's go ahead and take a live look at your weather right now. Right now we're still at 43 degrees. This is a 2-degree increase than what we saw 24 hours ago. But let's take a live look outside. Take a look at this. The sun is already out and shining, nice and beautiful. And hopefully these conditions, will continue throughout the rest of the day. But let's take a quick look at your weather headlines. Now, the next storm will be moving in, bringing light snow in over our mountain communities, and those gusty winds are going to continue in the mountains and desert areas, expected to reach up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. And like I said, that disturbance is bringing wind and precipitation. We actually have a wind advisory that's going to start this afternoon and go through all the way until Monday morning, but I'll have more on your forecast coming up next.
New this morning, New York authorities have one suspect in custody in what they are calling an assassination attempt on police officers. Someone opened fire on 2 officers sitting in a marked van in the Bronx Saturday night. Authorities say the suspect walked up and asked a question, engaged in conversation, then started shooting. One officer was hit in the neck and chin and is expected to be okay. The second officer wasn't hurt. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio criticized what he called a blind hatred towards officers, saying he's grateful they were not seriously injured.
And back here at home, Kern County Sheriff's deputies have arrested an armed robbery suspect after a foot pursuit ended in East Bakersfield. According to KCSO officials, just before 10 p.m. Friday, deputies responded to Valencia Drive and Niles Street after reports of a robbery. Now, the suspect held 2 people at gunpoint and attempted to shoot one of them, but the gun malfunctioned. The suspect then stole a cell phone and fled the scene. Deputies found the cell phone and the suspect's gun at the scene. After a 2-hour search, deputies did find and arrest 37-year-old Jaime Gonzalez, who was hiding in the area. Gonzalez is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder with an assault with a deadly weapon.
Now, we are just over 2 months into 2020, and it's already been a violent and deadly year in Delano. 23 ABC's Alyssa Flores spoke to Delano Police about how they are tackling patterns of crime and violence this year.
Surrounded by prisons and gang territories, the city of Delano sits in an area where one might think crime is inevitable.
Exit the vehicle with your hands up.
But Police Chief Robert Navarez says violence will not be tolerated.
We don't buy into the notion that it's a dangerous gang-plagued city.
So far in 2020, the city has seen the murder of 2 young people in just 1 month. 19-year-old Fresno State student Nayeli Carrillo Gonzalez on January 2nd and on January 31st, Adam Rene Guillen.
Adam wasn't just anybody. Everyone knew Adam. He was special, and now we have to put him in the ground.
Those murders following the 8 homicides in Delano in 2019. While last year did see a drop in homicides from the previous year, there was a rise in gang-related shootings from 20 in 2018 to 23 in 2019.
Fortunately for us, oftentimes the difference between an assault with a deadly weapon or an attempt murder and a murder is a matter of inches.
In a city the size of Delano, Chief Navarez says the amount of violence is simply too high.
The city of, just over 50,000 people shouldn't have 8 murders in a year. That's just not acceptable.
And he says even more challenging for the department.
Lack of witnesses, lack of evidence, that is the biggest challenge for us in all of those cases.
The 6 most recent homicides in the city remain unsolved.
Realistically, for a lot of the people in our community, they are fearful of retaliation.
Which is why Chief Navarez says this year the department will be focusing on aspects like response times.
The best time to solve a crime is by getting there when there is still evidence that's fresh.
In 2019, life or death response times were lowered to 6 minutes and 1 second.
We lowered our response times to those calls by nearly 50%.
Chief Navarez says you can expect to continue seeing a saturation of gang unit officers on the streets.
They're trying to claim territory. They're, trying to show that they're for the cause and that they're going to do everything for their gang.
Officer Darian Santaella grew up here in Delano.
I lived here all my life, and I didn't know that Delano was so infested with gangs.
But now that he's behind the badge, he says he's realized just how complex the issue of violence actually is. And this month, you'll also see an effort to get cameras placed in public places throughout Delano.
Another piece of the puzzle that would hopefully help our solvability of certain cases.
The department is proposing about 20 cameras costing about $160,000 per year. Navarez says they would be placed in high crime areas and along paths often traveled after crimes are committed. While Navarez says he understands the idea may be met with hesitation for privacy reasons.
They would be accessible by the members of the Delano Police Department, a person with a username and password. We need some technological advances to help us be able to solve those crimes.
I'm Alyssa Flores, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Switching gears now, it's tax season. If you haven't filed yet, well, we have an event to tell you about. Today is Financial Awareness Day with United Way. From 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., head out to Mercado Latino on Edison Way for financial literacy workshops, free tax services, and more. The organization is offering their VITA program that offers free income tax services to those who qualify. If you've earned less than $60,000 last year, you may be eligible to have your taxes prepared for free. Make sure to bring all necessary financial documents like your ID and income forms like a W-2 or a 1099, and of course your tax return from last year.
And lovebirds, listen up. Valentine's Day is coming up this Friday. And in case you're a little late for your loved one's special gift, we have the perfect place for you.
And 23ABC's Austin Westfall is live in Northwest Bakersfield, where a special craft show will be happening later today. Austin?
Yeah, guys, we're in Northwest right now. We're at the River Lakes Golf Course. This is actually where the craft show is going to be happening in a few hours. It doesn't start until 11 o'clock, but some of the vendors are getting set up right now, a lot of them having to do with crafts that you can buy your Valentine. These are handmade crafts, unique gifts that you can buy for that special someone. There's going to be over 30 vendors here today. Most of them, like I said, with crafts, but this one's a little bit different. And I'm here with Patty. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning.
Patty, your business is a little bit different. What do you got going on here?
Well, I'm with Damsel in Defense. It was started by two friends who wanted to equip, empower, and educate women for self-defense. We have
We're going to do a little demonstration here. We have a couple of devices here that we want to show off. I know the first of which is what? What are you holding?
This is our striking distance stun gun. It's great to put in your car down by your feet. It comes with a disable pin. All of our stun guns have the flashlight. And then you move up, and it's a stun.
I can feel the heat from it.
Yes, yes. It's very powerful. It meant to retract the muscles and give you time to run away.
And we got one more here, I believe. This is a window stop or a door stop. And how does this one work?
Yes, this one works on the windows. It also works in your door. It has the alarm, so if someone tries opening your window, slider, or your door, it will set off an alarm. That way it will give you time to call 911 and get your protection out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Patty. We appreciate it. Again, lots of Valentine's gifts that you can buy out here at the craft show this morning here at the River Lakes Golf Course. It's happening starting at 11 a.m., ending at 3 p.m. You can get all kinds of gifts, including some defense for that special someone. For now, in Northwest Bakersfield, Austin Westfall, 23 ABC. Back to you guys.
You have to protect your loved one. You got to do what you got to do. And Valentine's Day is the perfect day to make it happen. All right. Well, tonight there is a special event here in town to help shine light on domestic violence. It's the Winter Wonderland Whiteout event happening at the Old Town Chapel on Niles Street in Bakersfield. There will be speakers, tributes, and testimonies at the event tonight at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Organizers are asking that everyone wear white to honor domestic violence victims. Tickets are $30 and can be purchased at eventbrite.com. A portion of the proceeds will go towards will be donated to the I Am Woman Foundation.